Where we going?
About to go movies or not?
Do not take your kids to watch this movie.
I like magic.
What the fuck did we just watch?
Half of the fucking movie is about the Joker.
Huh?
But yeah, it's a decent movie.
Hey guys, Run Unchained, and I just got back from watching Transformers last night. This is the 5th installment in the Transformers movies franchise that started back in 2007, a decade of Transformer movies. I'll say this because as a movie that the story, the characters, and all that stuff that I find some other movies make sense. To me, this movie did not make sense at all. But having said that, I'm going to say this right here clear. If you like the Michael Bay movies, the Transformer movies, all of them, you're going to love this movie. And that's okay. If you love it, congrats. Love it. I hope you dig it. On the other hand, for me, from Revenge of the Fallen to Age of Extinction and now this, it's been an avalanche for me. So let's see. Let me get the story plot out of the way. There is a relic, or another relic, I guess, hidden in Earth from the longest time, since the medieval times, since the days of King Arthur and Merlin, that can bring Cybertron back to life again. And in this film, Cade and Vivian, played by Mark Wahlberg and Laura Haddock, there's more to those two characters than meets the eyes, I guess. In this film, Cade is he lives in this junkyard taking care of hidden secret Autobots that the whole world thinks that all Transformers are bad. And at one point in the film, and this is spoilers, Transformer, who's a knight, hands with his dying breath this relic, or not the relic, but another relic that goes to knights that are Transformers, and he handed it to Cade. That you do this for trying to save my life, trying to help me out. You are the last knight. Protect the relic, protect Earth. And Vivian, who is a theorist, a professor in studies, she curates the museum. Spoilers, she is the last relative of Merlin, who was able to hold this relic that protected Earth. I kind of got confused with all the stuff, the info they put in the film, but there was this staff that could bring Cybertron to life, and only Merlin could hold it, and only his bloodline can hold the sphere, the staff of Ra. It's an Indiana Jones joke. She could hold the staff, and she's the last descendant. She didn't know that. Oh crap! As a kid, her father did crazy studies and all this stuff with Transformers, but he pushed her away for her own good. Anthony Hopkins, who plays Sir Edmund Burton, but then I think he's related to Sam Witwicky. I don't know. He knows what's going on. He knows the end game, and he knows all the info. He finds all the info, and he gives to them that you too could save the world. And yeah, and then the Autobots roll around the way, and they're gonna save Earth again. And from what I can recall right now of my brain being mixed, that's about it for the story. I'll say this: as much as a lot of negatives that I have for this film, there's some stuff that I'm like, okay, I dug, I guess. Bumblebee, I liked this film. Got some cool action moments, and they really tried setting him up for his own standalone film that is not being directed by Michael Bay, and I guess it takes place in the 80s, so who knows, maybe I'll give that a try. Optimus Prime, again, spoilers, he's not in the whole film. Starts off a little bit in the beginning, then comes back at the last half an hour, 20 minutes maybe, 15. the last bit, he's there, he's bad. He has some cool action moments with Bumblebee, and then he comes back to regular Prime. He's Decepticon Prime or Genocide. I forgot what it was his alternative villain name was, but from what we got of him, I dug. And I love the voice actors who voiced the Autobots. I just wish that they were the main focus of these films. 99.9% of the time, they were the focus of it. The Autobots that were introduced from the previous film, Age of Extinction, I didn't care for them in Age of Extinction. Kind of cared for them a little bit in this film. They were cool to see to interact. And again, I gotta give props where props are got, is that the actions in this movie were cool. Visual effects, the way the Transformers transform. I'll say that there was a moment I was like, "Ooh, I haven't seen that. That's cool." Was in the beginning, Bumblebee gets torn apart or disassembles, and next thing you know, he's being chased down by this special Black Ops unit. They're hunting down Autobot Transformers, and all the pieces start lining up again and connecting, and it's a cool sequence, slow motion, which I didn't really care for. But there was this cool motion sequence. He gets even the main leader, and the main leader is trying to shoot him down, and he throws in a dialogue from John Wayne. Next time you shoot someone, don't go near them till you make sure they're dead. And it was a cool moment from Bumblebee, which I dug. Mark Wahlberg, Anthony Hopkins, I think they're phenomenal actors. They have the right to choose what movie they want to do. When I think of them, I'm not going to think of these films. I'm going to think of Mark Wahlberg from Fighter, Boogie Nights, Lone Survivor. Anthony Hopkins is going to be Hannibal Lecter. Anthony Hopkins' character was Cookie, Cookie little mad. And for the most part, I went with it. I dug it. Some parts that were very cringy, and there's a moment he's flipping the cops off. I thought it was funny, but that's about it. Laura Haddock, who plays Vivian Wembley, I don't. She's a very lovely woman. I have a little crush on her now, but that's it. That I could connect with her. That I like. Wow, she has. She's beautiful. What else? Here's the thing. The ideas of them being related to important people was interesting to a certain point. Thing is that these movies are about the Transformers, and they put the humans more in the spotlight than the Transformers, even though seeing them, the Transformers are cool. Her being a descendant of Merlin, and Mark Wahlberg's character taking responsibility of being a knight. Here's the thing. Was stuff to care about. The thing is that I couldn't care about. I couldn't connect. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I couldn't connect to most of the characters except some of the Autobots, like 2 or 3 of them. I did the same thing sort of for Fantastic Four. I had read some reviews before seeing the film and tried to block it out. Same thing for this film. I couldn't hesitate. I checked up on some reviews. I had heard that Isabella Moner, the little girl's role, was very minimal, and that she's in the beginning and then she comes back at the end. That's true. That's true. If you take her out of the movie, it doesn't change nothing, which kind of sucks for the actress. Okay, that's about it that I have of damn, I started into negatives. Okay. Every scene they tried to put in a joke, and it didn't land at me at all, and it was kind of irritating. Another thing that felt awkward and out of place moments was the conversations or the dialogues that were said in specific moments. For example, spoilers. Anthony Hopkins' character dies by a shot from Megatron, and there's this Transformer butler of his who tells him, out of all the lords I worked for, you were the coolest. And he's very authentic British, world class, sounds like a butler, and he said cool or coolest, and I thought he would say more honorable, trustworthy, compassionate, all that stuff, and thought cool was awkward. And then there was these Like again, they were throwing jokes at every scene, and I was like, I am not laughing. I'm not funny for me. At one point, Kate and Viviana are in a submarine heading down to find this relic, and there's a bunch of jokes about getting together, and it was like, okay, I guess they want to hook up during the end of the world or this adventure. At one point, they sit down to have a dinner, and I was like, I don't mind the characters having romantic interest, just wrong time to have an interest, or maybe right time, who knows, depending on perspectives. But yeah, it's like the world, Transformers hunting down dinner, and at one point, Cade is he's a wanted criminal, I guess, and he can't talk to his daughter from the previous film. Cade he's heading over into the big battle. They're trying to this helicopter. We're gonna go to the big battle, and he tells one of the soldiers, "Hey, give me your phone out. I'm gonna text my daughter." And he texts something like, "I love you," or "If you want to see me, look up to the sky," and threw some emojis. And I was like, yeah, that's weird. Explosions. I for sure thought that by now we would have at least brought it down of the explosions. A lot of shots of explosions. Nope. Just keep going. It was like, I guess I'm in that roller coaster. If I was 8, 7, 8, 9, I would have probably dunked the shit out of this movie. But since I'm not anymore, as a whole movie, didn't make sense for me. And I could only imagine some stuff that I'm like, what if I created my own version of this film? And like I said, like I was 12 or 11 when the first movie came out, and I was like, this is awesome. But now I'm 21 and no, not for me. I also heard that there was the ratio of the cameras were switching from like a little bit of widescreen to full screen, and a widescreen, full screen. At first, I was like, okay, this movie, and then I started noticing. I'm like, why? But anyways, that was weird to notice. This movie was throwing a lot of stuff in the info for the crowd to follow. Some stuff I'm like, okay, knights, history, okay, this, that. I'm like, what? It was a little difficult to focus on, but I get it. There's a relic that can destroy the world again and bring Cybertron back to it. Cade is chosen to do this. Vivian's the only one who could hold the staff of the staff, this relic. Team up with the Autobots that everyone hates, but Optimus Prime's gone bad at first. You gotta go through that and then stop Cybertron from killing Earth. I got that, but it was just there was a lot of and cringy moments in this film for me. I found the movie to be too long. Too long in my opinion. I would cut out at least 30 to 45, maybe an hour of this film. Probably would have dug in more. There was a lot of stretch. It didn't land for me, unfortunately. And like I said, Isabella, the little girl, if you take her off of the movie, doesn't affect the movie at all. Last Night is the second shortest film out of all of them, and it still was like, wow, how long is it gonna take to wrap up? But yeah, that's all I can say about my thoughts about the film. That I had to really go in by the time 15-20 minutes into it. I'm like, okay, I don't think a lot of stuff is gonna make sense for me. I'm just gonna have to go in and just have it as a popcorn roller coaster ride of a film and see what happens at the end. We'll see. I hope people that dug the previous films, dig this one. If you did not, you're a hardcore Transformers fan, I'm sorry. Hopefully the movie standalone film works for you. But yeah, that's my review of Transformers: The Last Night. If you guys like the review, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, post any comments down below. We could agree to disagree. I have no problem with doing that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.